For the film The Abyss, a team at Industrial Light and Magic built a creature that existed only in the imagination of the film's director, Canadian James Cameron. He got what he wanted.
Go ahead.
These are, of course, just animating wireframes. It's the guideline with which we use, so it's done very much in the same fashion as a traditional sense. We set up keyframes and try to allow the system in between. There's another level we go to, a quick shaded version to get more of a sense of the timing. And then, of course, in this case, we added rippling over the effect. When we do the faces on the pseudopod effect, we actually use a special device called a cyborg scanner to actually digitally scan in the faces and extract the data from that and stick it on the end of the pod. This is one night when it blew up, code-wise. And this is the next night when it went even crazier. So this happens, though. Directors like this because it's completely different. So what we're seeing here is Robert Patrick, the actor. We had him come up, and I had a grid painted on him, and we shot him with 2 cameras to try and study his walk. So this was sort of the result of that. We had to do this type of thing in order to study the way he walks, so we got his walk correct in the film. So from that, I built a set of bones in CG and placed them in the actual walk itself to make sure I could study his mannerisms of the walk. We added a set of skin and muscles over top, sort of a toned-down version of it, because when he started out as the smooth version, he actually went to a clothed version, which is this one, and through most of the scenes, he sort of does a model interpolation between the actual smooth version to the actual wrinkle. So this is Robert as he appears in the digital world, and which was quite lenient in that we could actually push him around and stuff like that, and not worry about injuring him. Now, this is the way we actually shoot a scene. So we go down to the set and we actually film everything, and the camera's moving, have Robert run in halfway through it like this, and it was really hot there, as you could imagine. He couldn't get all the way into the flames, and then we shoot another take of the actual fire without anybody in it, then we cross-dissolve in between it, so we have our character walking out halfway, which is a digital stunt double, then we introduce Robert in the middle of that. So this is the computer-generated version of Robert, and we end up doing a metamorphosis in between this version into the last.
Very often you'll have all the animators at one side of the room saying, those guys have no taste, they can't draw. And you have all the computer people at the other side of the room saying, they don't even know what an algorithm is, they can't count.
Well, they've sort of come together and they've buried the hatchet, and we've exchanged pen protectors with one another, you know. So we're getting along a lot better now. And so that's actually changing. A lot of the people that are being trained in traditional methods, of course, are aware of some of the techniques that are out there, and of course the people that are taking computer graphics, and even so far as computer science, of course, are aware of the drawn and the artistic side. So they can, I think they can communicate a little bit better. At least we're finding that.
The face of the movies, suddenly changed by computer wizards and artful animators.